back my money. I want to be a free man. And he's noodling toward the end there. And it's a real meat and potatoes rocker. It's almost like a I Don't Need Love. Like that kind of like straight ahead. It's even heavier than that, but it's got that kind of like really driving guitar crunch to it. This is a good one. You're right in the middle of the album. Like I said earlier in the description, you got some pop, you got some country flavored acoustic stuff, you got some rock. This album goes all over the place. So what do you make of this one, Dave?
This song snarls.
Yeah.
It really snarls.
Yeah.
And it's you're right. It's the hardest song on the album.
Yep.
I mean, it is heavy. And you're like, damn, Sammy is 71 and he is still kicking ass and rocking.
And the band sounds amazing on it.
Yeah, I mean, and really this is when you start hearing what the band brings to the table.
Right.
And Jason's drums, I mean, throughout this whole album, his drumming just really takes it to another level. I mean, this guy is a rock drummer, is not copying his father or anything like that, but definitely celebrates the kind of drumming that his dad brought to the table.
Yep.
And just you really have a great appreciation. And certainly on this song, he's just pounding away. So this song is definitely one of the highlights musically of the album. And lyrically, Sam, he touches on money, but he's not explicitly singing about it in every song.
Right.
Like in this one, it's, like, give me back.
Right.
Give me back my leg.
Yeah,
give me back my bullets.
Yeah, there's different little synopsis that are money related. It's not, concept album, that term really sets a whole vibe. You look at an album like Kisses the Elder or Tommy by The Who or the Wall by Pink Floyd. It's a heavy, lyrical, lots of characters, deep. This is not like that. It's kind of like concept album light. It has a theme, a running theme, but it's not like, I kept reading the lyrics and trying to be like, oh, is there a character here? How does this relate to? It's not really about that. Every song has a money financial situation to it, but that's the common thread.
Right.
Yeah,
you hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
It's more of a thematic album. Yeah. Right. Where he's touching on different themes.
Yeah.
And I will say, lyrically, it's one of Sam's stronger albums.
Right.
Now, admittedly, that's not saying a lot.
Yeah.
But he really put a lot into it. And there's no song on this album that really makes me cringe. It's not like when it's not like Up for Breakfast where you're like, oh my God.
No, there's nothing like that here.
Right. No. Exactly.
No, the only thing that people are going to judge him on, that 3 of the songs, 1 being Devil Came to Philly, 2 being Chump Change, and then the last one, which is Hey Hey, and we'll get to that one. They're short and brief, and they're not lyrically heavy, and they're more vibey. That's what I meant by pieces of the pie. You gotta kind of take them all together. If you guys remember on the podcast, I don't know about this album, and I kept saying that because we're hearing it in piecemeal. But if you put it together, it really is a nice album to listen to top to bottom, and it's an old school album, very much like a Van Halen album from the late 70s or 80s, in that it's like a little over a half hour, and it's got that same sort of, you can listen to the whole thing straight through and enjoy every part of it and not have to skip any tracks, and it's got that vibe to it. And now we're coming up on the 6th song here, and that is Bottom Line. And this one is kind of light and poppy. It's got a kind of good pace to it. There's no equity in your bottom line is the line from the song. It kind of moves along. It's got a nice kind of mid-tempo beat, and it's kind of fluffy. And what do you make of Bottom Line, Dave?
I like it. It's got a 60s vibe to it.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
I almost hear the Beach Boys' Sloop John B. in there.
Oh, wow.
A little bit.
That's a deep reach.
A little bit. I kind of hear, like, in the melody a little bit. I just, just enough.
Yeah, just
enough.
Taste,
and the organ is it almost sounds like a farfisa. Is that how you say it? A farfisa organ? I don't know.
Oh, I don't know if that's the name of it.
I don't know, but it's one of those 60s organs.
Right.
And really adds to it. Poppy, nice.
Yep.
You know, like you said, the equity to your bottom line,
Right.
which as an accountant makes me cringe because financially that doesn't really make a lot of sense.
Right, of course.
But I do appreciate him lyrically but I know what he's saying there,
right.
so I forgive him for that.
Absolutely.
But I like it. It's another good song off the album.
Yeah, it's very pleasant.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And the next one continues that. This one, called No Worries, this is definitely him Jimmy buffeting out. It's got that whole very Cabo Wabo vibe. It's very summery. It reminds me of Take Me Back, Deja Vu from the 1995 Van Halen album Balance. No car, no cell phone, no zip code, no worries. Not a care in the world. That's a direct quote from the song, and that is exactly the vibe you get on this song. It's sort of like kick off your sandals and relax in the sand, light up a doob, and pour another shot of tequila, or mesquila, as Sam would like to say. You can almost hear him using the song in Sammy's Resorts, when that's going to be coming up in year 2030, when it's going to be Sammy Hagar's Resorts. Come on down to Sammy's Resorts. Sammy at the Sands. So what do you think of this one, Dave? No Worries.
No worries, man.
Yeah, right,
so,
exactly.
Deja Vu
Right.
is an excellent description of this song.
Yep.
Because you have heard it before.
Yeah.
Because Sam has released it the first time.
You're kidding.
Acoustically on his This Is Sammy Hagar compilation.
No wonder I liked it.
See? Because I know you love that album.
I do. The whole thing is on there?
This is one of the two new songs he had on the album at the end.
Oh, shit. Wow, I didn't catch that.
I gotcha.
You got me good.
Gotcha good.
Ron has taught you well, young Skywalker.
There we go. And actually, I did my homework on this song.
Okay.
Because lyrically, this song, I was thinking to myself, this really doesn't, there's a money reference, but really only once. It doesn't really fit in.
Yeah, he shoehorned this one in there.
No, he did. But then I realized, number one, like I said, the song is 3 years old. So he
Right.
really didn't explicitly write this for the album.
Right.
Number two, he co-wrote it with a guy by the name of Tom Solis, who, as it turns out, is his grandnephew and also a musician.
Oh, my God.
And Tom has also released the song on his own.
Oh, my God.
As a solo artist with, I think, Sammy helping with the background vocals.
Wow.
And it's on YouTube. So if you want to hear that, go right ahead. So this is like the third version of the song.
God, incredible.
But having said all that, I do like this version. I do like this version more than I like Sammy's acoustic version.
Okay.
This one has the full band. It's more realized. Jason has like a Bo Diddley beat going on with this song, which adds to it. Mike's got the bass pumping on this song, which helps. You can hear him clearly on this song. So all this adds to the song, and no worries.
Absolutely.
No worries.
Absolutely.
No worries.
And it comes to the next tune, which is Trust Fund Baby, which was the first single off the album. This is probably the best solid rocker on the album in terms of a classic Sammy Hagar song. Well, it's because it is a classic Sammy Hagar song. It's an old Montrose tune, I Got the Fire, from the second album, Paper Money. Sammy had a little, we think we talked about this before, he had a little beef with the fact that he wasn't credited on that song, so he decided to lift Ronnie Montrose's riff here, but he did give him credit, writing credit in in this song, which he should have, by all means. This is a great song, I have to say. I like it better and better the more I hear it. It is definitely a bit of cheating there. I mean, he took Ronnie's riff, even though he did give him credit for it. And it's a killer tune. It really stands out. It's a fully fleshed out song. This sounds great live. I've heard Sammy perform it live. I did want to say, backing up to Free Man, they should be playing that in the live set. I don't know why they're not doing that, but they should be playing Free Man in the live set. This really kind of zeroes in on the whole spoiled child routine, obviously, with Trust Fund Baby. So he's talking about money and how the impact it can, ruin a young person who gets spoiled with them having a trust fund. Any Sammy Hagar fan has to love this song. This is classic Sammy. So what do you make of this one, Dave?
Yes, agreed. Now, this is not the first time Sammy has borrowed a riff from another song.
Okay.
Mas Tequila, anybody?
Oh,
that's Rock and Roll Part 2.
And willingly credits and says that he did,
No, exactly.
Yeah.
He's out in the open about it. It's not like he's trying to pass it off as an original. And that's fine. I mean, it's definitely a great tune. It's rocking. I love hearing Mike on this song.
Yeah.
Especially like on the introduction after the initial guitar riff, and then Mike kicks in after that. Really nice bass playing by Mike. Even at the end of the song when you hear the you hear Mike closing out the song.
Right.
So it's a great song, but like we've said before, it's been done. But I won't take away from the fact that if you've never heard I've Got the Fire before, then you're in for a treat.
Yeah.
It's a great song.
Yeah.
It's certainly one of my favorites off the album.
Uh-huh.
Hats off to Sam. Again, the guy is rocking.
Yeah, he's delivering that hard. And this is a great song to crank in your car as you're driving. This has that nice vibe to it. Sammy really does have an ability to put out a killer pop song and put out a killer rocker and do an acoustic tune. Like, he really does all of them well. And he's got a lot of nice choice cuts here, and he balances it well. He's got the rockers in there, he's got the pop songs in there, he's got the acoustics in there. He's balancing it nice. Now we come to the next tune, which is the 9th song, Affirmation, which he released as, I don't know if it's considered a third single or a third cut that he released, but this is another song that is a little thin on lyrics, but I have to say, I'm like addicted to this song. I love the vibe of this song. Initially, when I heard it, I didn't quite catch it. But then when I heard it on the album and the way it fit in, I really enjoyed it. This has a little taste of Mine All Mine in it. It has just a little taste. Maybe it's the keys in the beginning, but it has a really cool vibe. I tell you, it's about someone who is wealthy but unfulfilled. So he looks toward religion to get to really know himself. There's not a lot of lyrics on it, but it is catchy, and it kind of sticks to the ribs, this song. The band just makes it all sound so goddamn good. I'm going to say it right now. There's not enough said about Vic Johnson. This guy is unbelievable. He plays his ass off on this album. He is the glue to everything. Because, Mike is always backing Sam, and those are the nucleus that is Van Hagar. And obviously Jason Bonham's such a rock star, and he's an amazing drummer. But Vic is really the guy sewing this all together. He's the secret sauce. He really is. There's something very special about that guy, the way he can play, and he really stays out of the spotlight and just gets the job done. He kind of reminds me, not physically, of course, it doesn't sound like him, but of Mick Mars. Mick Mars in Motley Crue. People have no idea how important Mick Mars is in Motley Crue. That guy's an amazing guitarist, and a lot of those songs went over because of Mick, but that's a separate issue. But I'm just saying, they don't play alike, but they just have that kind of, they stay in the back seat but really deliver at the same time. What do you make of Affirmation, Dave?
I love Affirmation.
Yeah,
It was my favorite of the first 3 singles.
Yeah.
Like really, really catchy. Sounds like an 80s Sammy Hagar song.
Good point, yeah. 80s, yeah. That's true.
And definitely, I affectionately refer to it as Affacab because the keyboards
Oh, wow. Yeah.
are straight from Genesis Abacab.
Yeah. That does.
Again, that's by design.
Yeah.
Because when the band was doing press and podcasts and radio shows, some DJ pointed that out, and Jason was like, "Oh, you caught that? We did that on purpose."
Oh, my